Next here to the flooding and the storm surge in Debby, not only dumping a lot of rain, it also pushed coastal water inland.
Yeah, and one of the areas we've been following closely today is in Sarasota, where crews right now have rescued hundreds of people.
ABC Action News anchor Nadine Yanez has been there throughout the afternoon. Nadine, how are the folks holding up there now?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We just heard Dennis say that, don't want to take any kind of tropical system for granted. But the folks who live here say never in their 30 years have they ever seen flooding like this. We are in the Pinecraft area of Sarasota. This is right off of the Philippi Creek, actually, and it does connect to the bay. So it's possible that there was some storm surge. We have seen rescue crews rescuing hundreds of people. The last number we had was up to 500 people since sunrise, and that is not stopping. New since the last hour, I do want to mention that the city of Sarasota is now opening up an evacuation center for the folks who were rescued today. And that just opened up at 5 o'clock, so just a few minutes ago at Sarasota Technical College. This while we saw crews literally chin deep in water rescuing people all day today. You see they're still standing by here. They have boats still out. It wasn't just crews, neighbors helping neighbors. That was the story that we saw today, what we see after every storm. We spoke to one guy on kayaks to check on his friends, actually rescued a couple teenagers. Take a listen.
My friend Greg brought the kayaks, and we went down, and somebody from our church staying at the house at the end of the street, and we went down there and got them out, and then we got another friend of hers that was kayaked around the back of the house and got her out as well.
Your reaction to the storm and that this is what happened?
It's hard to believe. I was through Irma and Ian, and there's a house down in the corner that was friends from Pennsylvania, and he never had water in his house, but the water was up to the roof of the lanai, so it's pretty crazy.
The folks that you rescued, elderly, and then their reaction when you got to them?
No, they were two teenagers, and then the other girl was, I don't know, was she in her 20s or something like that. So they were younger folks, but they didn't have any way of getting out. They had to rely on boats and somebody else to come through. So
a lot of rescues all day, still happening, right?
Yeah, we just kayaked past I guess it's Sarasota Police, and they were still looking for people. It's been the wildest Category 1 hurricane I've ever seen. So yeah. It's been interesting. It's been exciting to be on kayaks, but it's really devastating to the people in this community.
Yeah, it has been absolutely devastating. I did want to mention that the homeowner of this house, the second house right here, came out to me to tell me specifically that just a few months ago, FEMA, with the new flood zones, said that his house was no longer in a flood zone, and so he just canceled his flood insurance coverage and was literally in tears, sick to his stomach when he hears that. And as someone that covers insurance, Paul and Lauren, it's going to be a devastating loss for the folks who don't have flood insurance, and it's going to be a long recovery. Until then, really, they're just trying to get on their feet right now. Again, Sarasota just opening up an evacuation center for anyone who was rescued today at Sarasota Technical College at 5 o'clock. We have that information for you on abcactionnews.com. We'll see you again at 6 o'clock. We found a rescue that was happening right before us, an elderly lady, 2 dogs, a service dog. We're going to show you that new video coming up here at 6 o'clock. Lauren, Paul, back to you.
All right, Nadine Yanez live in Sarasota County.